Do you want to do the intro?
um,
You know what? You
ladies
do
and
the intro.
gentlemen, good evening to the viewers. Good evening to everyone joining us this evening for the show. I'm waiting a towel. I'm waiting a towel because I'm about to throw it in. I'm throwing in the towel.
I wish I was drinking this Coke out of a bottle, my brother.
Um, yeah, Dave, what can we starting the viewers? The viewers probably think
Jeez.
this must be a comedy moment. This is too complete. Com- um, I am deflated. I am lost, dumbfounded. Um, Viewers can go back to I think one of our opening shows. I think it was an off-season show where um I said, yeah, nobody's entitled to being in the Premier League, and you should never say that it can never happen to you. I said with a pinch of salt, I'm there.
You think you're going to get out?
I'm there. I'm there. Um, my last bit of hope. All right, I was speaking to the secretary of the Spurs supporters club today. Um, and he said that he's lost hope. We beat Wolves, we beat Leeds, and Brighton don't travel well to our place.
Well, let's be honest. Your
But he's
place,
got there's no faith
anyone
in
can
the
come
last
to
two
your
games.
place and get 3 points, brother.
There's no faith in the last two games. Chelsea away, Everton at home. Um, I don't know, Dave. I don't know what to say.
Well, if you feeling that way, how do you think I feel?
Um,
How do you think I feel? Let's start there. How do you think I feel? Because you can go to previous pods. Should I repeat myself? What? Like, how
I
do you think I feel?
I let me put it to you this way. I had a whole thing planned for our next pod if we had to win Sunday for you.
Do you
I
know?
had it
Do
in.
you know?
I had it in for you. I was like, Friday night
You know?
after the back and forth we had.
Do you know that I was telling?
And
I was
and
telling Cole, you know what? After our defeat, I was saying Bram is too quiet for my liking. I thought Bram would have
oh
came with
my
me on Saturday,
Dev, I had
but
it. And
after,
Pascal and Ahmed, we were chatting, and a couple of other guys that always watch our show, but they watch it on the once it's recorded on YouTube.
of course,
And I said to them, listen, Davy is gonna get it from me if they lose. But this is like early Saturday morning. We're going
yeah.
Friday early after the morning. Um, and then Saturday comes, and I watched the first 5 minutes of your game, and I hit the road and I said, I don't want to watch, and Arsenal's gonna win today. But I
Uh,
secretly hope they're gonna lose. And then when I was following it, it was 1-0. As soon as I tuned in on my phone, as I put my phone on, you got the penalty. I watched the penalty and I said, "Nah, this is bad luck. Let me switch off. I'm not going to watch anymore." And then to find out you lost, and Ahmed was like, "Bram, are you going to give it to him?" I said, "Ahmed, you know what? No, not yet.
uh,
Because if City lose, it makes no difference. It says 9 points. But if City win and I win, he is going to get it from me. He is going to get it from me. Because I
thank
said
you,
City's going to
thank you,
catch him.
thank you, Sunderland. But look, let's get into the
And
game. Let's
right
start.
now, listen, let's get into it. All right?
Yeah, let's get
Let's
into
get
it.
into
Let's
it.
start with the
Let's get into it.
game. We
Simply,
were
simply.
we were piss poor. Let's be honest. We were piss poor. We were pathetic. That was the worst performance I've seen from an Arsenal side wanting to win the title. It looked like they don't want it. I mean, you already come away with halftime. Bournemouth was a better team. You're already going in 1-1, and I'm seeing Arteta jogging down. I'm thinking, okay, these guys are going to come out second half. Let me tell you what I told Faber. After 25 minutes, they are going to score. because we keep playing the ball back to David Raya. When David Raya, as your goalkeeper, has 38 touches on the ball, and you keep going back, and we got away with murder about 3 times. The 4th time, we're not going to be so lucky. But it's still in our hands. But if you're asking me now, do I think we're going to win it on the way things are looking now and the way City are looking, and we are notorious bottling it in April? I think City's going to win it. City's going to beat us.
I don't think it's in your hands anymore, and I'll tell you why. Is just performances of late. It's in your hands if you come away with a point or a win Sunday.
I want us to win. I won't even be happy with a
You've
point.
got no choice but to win. You've got no choice but to win. But I say a draw, outside still in your hands. Lose, and it's not in your hands anymore. It's done because you can't see them. Look,
Can I give you you saying that, right? Can I give you something that I read today? If we lose, right, and we win every remaining game of the season, and City wins every remaining game of the season, do you know it goes down to goal difference?
Yeah.
But look, we can't even score from open play these days. Our set pieces.
But here's the thing: the difference now is 6 points, right?
Yeah, bro.
They beat you. The difference is 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
They win their game in hand, then it's
level. But we have a better goal difference. We have a better goal difference than them.
You have a better goal difference than them. So the way you are playing for the last 2 months, let's not fool ourselves and say this last few weeks. For the last 2 months,
yeah,
the last good game was us.
That's the loss. That's the loss. Chelsea were lucky to come away with a win there.
And can you even say that it was a good game because you're playing the worst team in England at the moment?
Yeah, like
technically, it's been a very long time since we've played well, right?
But we played the shit football all season, bro. We've been playing the shit football all season.
What I was about to say before we got into it is that if you look at both North London teams, bottle jobs. We bottling a relegation battle, and you bottling a league title. It doesn't bode well for 2 teams who are supposed to be part of the top 6. I mean, you'll maintain your status as being part of the top 6. It's not. And I think there's 18 other clubs that would trade positions with you any day of the week where you are at the moment. Right? I would give anything to be. If I'm second and telling me I'm bottling the league, I'll be so. I came second. You know. I don't think anybody would want to be in our position. It's for me your biggest problem that I see at the moment is fear of
winning,
the responsibility of I'm the one that missed that chance. I'm the one that should have passed to somebody. I'm the one that should have, because going forward, I know you are anti-Kai Havertz, Dev, but he's the only player in your team that looks like he'll make a penetrating run through the back four of a team. He'll miss, but at least he'll miss in the box.
What are you listening to yourself? What are you saying?
None of
Kai Havertz.
None of your
Kai Havertz. Are you serious? Are you trying to wind me up?
Dave, look at the goal he scored the other night. I know you don't like it.
Okay, he came off the bench, right?
But nobody, even in that game, not even your careers, none of your players were making the runs that was going to be on the end of a ball played through to them, because nobody else was bothered to run into the box.
Okay.
Nobody
made a run
again
in the cup final against Man City and he missed.
Yes, that's my point. I didn't say that he will score. I said even though
what's the point of making a run? Then don't
because nobody else is doing it, Davey.
They're not playing to Jokeres' strengths. They're not playing to our striker's strengths.
You just said, how are we going to score a goal? He is the one guy that is taking the game to the point of where you can actually score a goal or miss a goal, but the rest of your team is just literally not prepared to bust a gut to get into the final third or to challenge.
Well, what's the use of getting to the final third if you're not going to receive the ball?
He got there and he got the ball because they're not making the run. So how much the ball player the person in possession of the ball, pass to you if you're not going there. So what must they do? He went
Jokeres
there.
has made dozens of runs and he hasn't been found. I can show you dozens of clips of Jokeres making runs and they don't find him. I'm not going to have the Kai Havertz chat. Kai Havertz, what is he
That's
still even
Jokeres,
doing at our football club?
but the ball
Jokeres,
ends up finding him, Devi, and he scored.
Jokeres has 18 goals this season. That's the highest of any Arteta attackers. For him to even get 18 in this system is a miracle.
Leave the goals that he scored before this last month. We're talking about since Havertz has returned, right? Yes, they're not playing to his strengths, blah blah blah, etc. However, Kai Havertz
Are you winding me up? Are you genuinely serious or are you winding me up?
comes, makes the run, the ball finds him, he scores. You just said now in the final, made the run and he missed. And I said to you, yes, he will probably miss. But the problem is, Devi, he is making that penultimate run. He's got it in him.
I'm not gonna have the Havertz chat. I'm sorry, he shouldn't be at the football club in the first place. You look at our entire attack. Our entire attack has been stinking at the place. Would any of our attackers get into the team of the season at the end of the year? Be honest. Not Trossard, not Martinelli, that left side is dead. Not Victor, not Saka, not Noni Madueke. I don't know what Whoopi Goldberg is also doing at our club. We should lose Chelsea's number personally. And even insulting Whoopi Goldberg like that is a massive insult because she's actually a famous award-winning, Oscar-winning actress. Our whole entire attack is dead. Subamende is run into the ground. Rice looks like he's on fumes. Kai Havertz in midfield doesn't work. We've been saying this for how many years? Tumba is gone. In White is gone. Calafiori is gone. That's how many players are in. That's the whole entire team.
I actually took note of I speak under correction. I think it was Steven Gerrard prior to the international break, and Steven Gerrard, I think it was Gerrard, like I speak under correction, said that Declan Rice, because he's run out of legs, he's run out of ideas. He's finished. He's finished, and it shows in his decision making on the ball for Arsenal that he shouldn't even be playing in those international friendlies because he's just taking up space. And post that, the comment was, the best thing that can happen to Arsenal now is put him on the bench and let him come off and influence a game. But starting him is just causing Arsenal havoc because his legs is gone and his mindset is gone.
You take Declan
I saw that in the last three.
You take Declan out of our team. We are dead. You're gonna tell me really you're gonna win a league with Zubamende and Norgard in midfield?
We're talking about Declan Rice here. Leave the other two out.
Yes, but you said take him out. So you take him out and who you're gonna bring in?
No, I didn't say take him out. I said the comment was the best thing that will happen is for him to come off the bench for you guys.
No.
Because starting a game at the moment, he's literally just running up and down. But you can see he's like, you can see when a player is physically tired and mentally tired. He'll be physically fit because he's an athlete. But mentally, you can see this guy he's given all he can for the season.
Our entire team is mentally shot because the managers run him into the ground. He's played him in games that he shouldn't have played.
Here's where I'm gonna be. I'm never very much critical of Arteta. He made me eat my words. But what I am a bit critical of him of late is the fact that your squad bench, right? The depth of your squad, fully fit squad, and your bench. You've got one of the best squads in the Premier League.
I don't think so.
He's gotten to the point of no. Let me finish quickly. He has gotten to the point where he's even got people doubting his bench because he never uses them. And when they come on, they're coming on in pressure times. Had he played them through the season, right, and given them game time in league games and Champions League games, you could have said they've got enough games under the belt. He's brought them on in pressure situations now that people are now critiquing the bench. And that's not fair on that players. That's not fair on that players. Because 9 points clear, you picked up injuries at the worst possible times. There's some people I think he's forced back
Yeah.
into playing.
Yes, Odegaard is one. I can name Odegaard,
He's
Calafiori is
forced
another
people back, and it goes back to the criticism he gets from certain sectors of the Arsenal fan base. You don't trust people. You don't trust
He
players.
doesn't. You're right. He doesn't.
And
The fact
because you
that
don't
the
trust
fact that a
players,
six the
how
fact
do
that
you
a
expect
16-year-old
players? How do you expect players to run through a brick wall for you when they can see what have you just done to Ethan Wanerian and Miles Lewis Kelly? How do you say that they must be sold when they strengthen your bench? How
exactly.
do you go from Ethan Waneri is for me one of the biggest talents in English football. Biggest.
I agree. We could have done with him now.
How have you is this a rumor or is it fact? He's for sale.
He's for sale. He meant Ethan. He meant
Is that the
Miles.
rumor or fact?
That's fact. It's a fact. They're looking at offloading Miles and Ethan. I can't
Is
believe
he
it.
racist?
I think he's pro-Spanish.
No, but is he racist? Because I'll tell you why. Look at the players that he has gotten rid of at Arsenal. Look carefully, look deep into who comes on the scene and who he bombs out.
The thing is, he doesn't like expressive players. He likes to micromanage. Like, look at the players he's let go. He didn't like Aubameyang. He didn't like Mesut Ozil. He let go of Ethan Waneri. That's why I'm saying there's a reason why our 16-year-old is our best attacker at the moment in time. But that's
He got
because
rid of Pepe.
no, but he never liked Pepe again. Again, like I said, he doesn't like expressive players, big characters. Sorry?
Kaloviskin.
No, I'm not gonna get into this nonsense, man.
No,
Come now.
I'm not getting into it. And there's a thing that we cannot hide that it will be always prevalent in Europe. That some of them are just like that. They have a dislike to Peter Reid at Sunderland never signed one single black player, and he said he
Yeah,
will never
but
sign a
again,
black
then
player.
I can count you. I can say what color is Gabriel, what color is Noni Madueke, what color is Tumba.
But we all know there's scrutiny around whether he's signings or club signings.
No, beside pre-Bertha era, they were all his signings. Let's be honest.
Is he?
Not Bertha. That's why I said pre-Bertha, before Bertha. Let's be honest. He didn't want Eze. I don't think he even wanted.
I'm just throwing a conspiracy out there. But if you look at it for me, the cloud under which certain players leave or is ostracized at that club is shocking. His treatment of them, whereas others, the way they go out is a little bit different.
That's what I'm saying. He likes to micromanage. He likes to be controlled. He don't like expressive players, big egos. He doesn't like that. That we know already. But for me, the positive I can take if we bottle this league, I hope he gets a sack. And I'm even at the point now where even if we win the league, I still want him to go because I can't watch this football for another 10 months again. I can't.
It's crazy how your team at the moment is struggling to find a way to score a goal, yet still dominant in the game. And then you can't understand how the opposition dominates them in the same game. And when the opposition dominates them, they really dominate Arsenal.
That do.
It's crazy.
Bournemouth totally outplayed.
There was a period yesterday where Chelsea in fits and pieces were tearing City to shreds, but it lasted small moments. Where with you, it's onslaught after onslaught after onslaught after onslaught, and you're your own worst enemies. Like nobody in your midfield lays a hand on the opposition. They don't tackle them. They watch them go past. They give the wrong passes, and then it transcends into when you go forward with the ball. People lose the ball like at will. Like you can read what they're gonna do. It's so predictable.
It's too predictable. I hope he takes the shackles off, starting with Sporting. I still say we should get through, starting with Sporting and then go to City and beat them. Honestly, that's the only way now forward for me. I still think. I
You
still
know, you
go
know
ahead.
better than others. You know better than others. Do you think that when he was in a comfortable position in the league, his mind shifted to I want to win the Champions League as well, and he's trying to juggle two balls?
Yeah. Yep. It is. You could that lineup that he played in the FA Cup told me everything I needed to know. That lineup told me everything I needed to know about him. He doesn't. Look, the cup final is one thing. The Carabao Cup, fine, all good and well. But that FA Cup that lineup told me everything. That's not his priority. But I think our style is more better suited for Europe, actually, in terms of
Because
teams don't.
in Europe, if you stand a chance by nicking it with one goal, because
Mm,
they don't tend to come at you then,
yeah.
unless it's the bigger teams. In the
Mm,
Premier League, any one of the 19 clubs you play against will come at
mm,
you. Besides us,
exactly.
18 clubs, because we are just fucking useless. 18 other clubs will come at you up until the 90th minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides the Inter or Bayern
Mm,
who will continue, you can get far in the Champions League and say, well, we got to the quarters or the semis because the opposition you play against, once you go 1-2 up, they're not going to come at you anymore.
they're not gonna come
They'll
here,
do
but
damage
like I
control.
said, we should at least get to the semi-final. I'm hoping we get Atletico Madrid instead of Barcelona because let me tell you, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha will rip us to shreds. I'm telling you that for free. I'm hoping we get
I wish Ahmad
Atletico.
was here, Dev, and I'm going to say it again. They are not Barcelona that you think would be Barcelona. They're a good side. Don't take it away. They're a good side. They're not unbeatable.
No, they
And
beat them.
people make them out to be unbeatable. And
No,
yet,
they are.
everybody, when it gets to this stage of the Champions League, you know what they are for me? Prior to PSG winning the Champions League, they are prime PSG. They'll get this
Mm.
far, and that's as far as they'll go.
Yeah, they look. They have a brilliant attack, but I think that high line teams can get at them, and you could see the way Atletico. Don't get me wrong. Even with 10 men, I think they did brilliantly. Even they
Yeah.
could have scored easily, but I still don't think they did in the tie. But enough about that. Let's come on to your team, Tottenham Hotspur,
Done.
staring
Enforced.
relegation in the face.
I'll tell you what, I'm slightly optimistic. Best thing it could have happened to us. Romero's out for the season.
I saw that earlier. You think that's the best thing that could happen, bro?
Yes. Because he's a ticking time bomb, and you could end up
Yeah,
playing
he,
with 10
he
men.
is. He is very rash. I'll agree with you
And,
on that
and,
one.
and that is no fault of his own. Look, there is most Spurs fans, if you go on any forum, is against him being at the club next year, whether we stay up or not. They'd rather see him go. For the fact that this guy is too good to be playing for us. I rate him as one of the best centre backs in the world, honestly speaking. But he's at the wrong club. He doesn't deserve to be at the relegation battle club. And it's coming through in his frustration.
Mm.
Right?
I
He's
was going to
always
ask
been
you.
like that,
I
but
was
you
going to
tell
ask you
me
now. Do you think he's frustrated?
it's frustration. He so badly wants the team to win. Can you imagine him going into the Argentinian camp? You a relegation battle, or you got relegated, but you're playing here. You know.
Yeah.
I think he same as Kane. He did what he could, and I respect him. And I'll tell you why I respect him. When it came out, there's a Spurs player that said, "I don't have to be here next year. I'm gone already." It was pointed at it's him or Van der Ven. It's one of the two.
Mm.
That's neither of the two of them. And he said, my contract states I'd have a buyout clause. But I am willing to see out my contract at this football club. That's not the
Irrespective.
sign of a man that says he's going, and the way he's playing is not a
Mm.
sign of a man that doesn't care. He
Mm.
cares, but he's reckless. And we could have
Mm.
been down to 10 men yesterday. He should have been sent off.
He
Should have
should have
got the
been sent
second
off.
yellow.
Yeah, I was going to
He
ask you
should
now.
have. He should have. got in a second yellow. He didn't. And then the injury came. And you know what? With Danso in the team, he's a better defender, but Danso's got more legs, drives us, you
Mm.
know. So I think this could be a good thing because Danso cares. He cares and he'll be cautious about being sent off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a. I would have rather have had Van der Veen not playing and Romero with Danso, but Romero's recklessness would cost us. So I think this could be a blessing in disguise for us that he's not playing. But other than that, Dave,
It's
I'm
looking
I
it's
don't know
looking
where the win is gonna come from.
that's what I was gonna ask you now. Where do you think your next win is coming? Because correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you guys have won in the Premier League since the beginning of the year.
We haven't won for the year.
Jesus.
We got a draw against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And what frustrates me is when you said Kulumoani, that was last, and I watched him in when we signed him, I thought okay, fills our bench, added squad player in the Champions League. He's been really good for us in the Champions League.
In the Champions
But
League,
it,
yes.
but you know what? It's the same as Lukaku. Some people are just not cut out to play in England. They're
Yeah.
not. It's too physical. In
Mm.
Italy, they are cut out to play in that league because no one tackles them like
Yeah.
they defend against them, and the refs blow for every little thing. In England, he looks for free kicks. They're not gonna give it.
Mm.
You need to
That's why
stand up
I
and
asked
be
you.
strong, bro.
Yes, sir. What did you make of that front three? He played all three strikers, Richarlison, Solanke, and Kolomoane as a front three. That
Our
was
biggest mistake was
massive.
selling Brennan Johnson.
Mm. That was a massive
That
mistake.
was the turning point in our season. Um, you, you- I don't even know where to start. This is just a shambles at Spurs. It's a shambles. The goalkeeper has a hernia
Wow.
operation. The goalkeeper they play in the Champions League, he falls over his own feet. They substitute him
Yo,
after
that
15 minutes.
yo,
Then we
you
get
know
back
what?
in the
I felt
game,
sorry for that goalkeeper. I'm not gonna lie to you.
and here's the thing, man. It's not like teams are literally beating us where you can say, nah, like a Burnley, like nah.
Mm.
We make mistake after mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, only we could concede a deflected goal yesterday.
Ah.
Sunderland didn't look like they were going to score, and they end up beating us. United, we make it 2-1, and then we throw the game away and we draw. It's just game after game after game where we make mistakes. I mean, we win in when 0-0 at halftime yesterday. I thought, okay, it's fine. First, we kind of played okay. We played okay, much better than what we did.
Mm.
And then the deflected goal came, and it was just a case of we didn't see us scoring. But I think with the crowd behind him on Sunday, first game at as at the home,
At the home ground, yeah.
yeah, I think if we win this one, there's a
Then,
chance.
mm. Look, there's
But
still
I
a
think
lot of
he's battling. I think he's battling to find. I mean, he's spoken nothing but facts. He said the problem here is not ability. The problem here is not anything other than mentality. And he's struggling to find 11 players with a mentality to want to
mm.
survive.
That is a mentality thing, yeah, I agree.
People question, like I question Archie Gray and Bergvall in the middle with Gallagher. That's not going to work.
Mm.
But Archie Gray has been our best player this season. Bergvall's always got loads of energy, always positive. Gallagher, obviously, is one of our highest paid players. He's going to have to play. So,
Mm.
you're forced to play him. Paulini is a low knee, so you can afford to put him on the bench. But I think yesterday was the game where he's got to play every game till the end of the season, Paulini.
Yeah.
Pap Matassa, came back with a shoulder injury from international duty. Was he fully fit? I don't think so because we don't have the numbers on the bench. I would play Sa. But like I said, for him to find 11 players mentally strong enough for what we are facing, it's and that was Igor Tudor's problem. He couldn't find 11 players that are
Mm,
mentally switched on for a fight.
exactly.
You know, the likes of Dom Solanke, if we get relegated, he's going to the World Cup, possibly. Do you think EK is coming back after the World Cup? It's a tick box for him. World Cup, tick that.
Yeah.
Europa League winner, tick that. We look at his career path. Would he have ever won a European trophy? Never in his lifetime.
Mm.
If he goes on to the championship with Spurs, he'll probably stay there at Spurs, and he's ticked the boxes. I've been to a World Cup, won a European trophy, played in the Champions League, scored in the
Won a under
Champions League.
21 World Cup as well.
He'll be like a Callum Wilson. He'll be
Yeah.
okay, going down with Spurs. It's yeah, it's fine. It's cool. Somebody
Yeah.
else will pick me up from Spurs,
Yeah.
and like a Coventry or a Leeds or someone, and I'll be back in the Premier League. I've played for Liverpool. I've played for Chelsea. I've played for three of
Mm.
the biggest clubs in England. So at a
Mm.
Charleston, he'll probably be off. They'll offload him. So there's a couple of players that are already thinking, I'm okay, I'll stay here.
Mm.
Even if I take a pay cut, that's more than what I would get by anybody else in the championship.
Yeah,
But I'll
true.
stay. Yeah, right now, you need players that are willing to say, listen, yeah, I'm not going to go down. I've got a
Mm.
contract to see out here. I'm not going down. I'm going to fight. Uh, but the rest of us, we don't have anything at the moment. I was looking back at Lee Judge's Arsenal Fan TV. It was 4 years ago, 5 years ago, where he said Spurs are a better run club than Arsenal. Spurs are a better club than Arsenal at the moment. Spurs
Mm.
are. How's the wheel turned so
How,
quickly?
how the table has turned. I remember
So,
that.
so,
That was when you
so.
guys got Mourinho, right?
Yeah, I think it's Mourinho
Mourinho or
just
Conte,
replacing
one of
Poch.
the two.
How has it turned so quickly?
Yeah, a lot can happen, brother. A lot can happen. But let's see what happens. Champions League. Let's start with Liverpool PSG. Who do you see going through there? Think PSG are through? Think Liverpool can turn it around?
PSG. It's
Yeah,
another
PSG.
club. It's another club that has. I don't think they know where they're going next year with Slot at the helm.
I don't think he'll be there next year. I think he gets the sack. I think Slot gets the sack.
Who goes there?
Xabi Alonso.
But remember, Xabi's wait. There's also talk of his waiting to see what City does with Pep.
With the Pep job, yeah. But I think let's see what happens. I can guarantee you I don't think Slot will be there. I don't think Slot is gonna be there. That's for sure. I think Slot will go.
Like Jamie Carragher said, and Gerrard on the overlap. Whether we like it or not, he's got credit in the bank.
Hmm. I don't think that's enough.
He's got credit in the bank with the Liverpool board in the fact that he won a league title in his first season.
Yeah, but
Who
look
do
at the way
Liverpool bring? Who do
but look
Liverpool
at the
bring
way
in?
this season has gone after spending half a billion.
Yeah, but they who do they bring in? And remember what I said to you in the beginning of the season. My fear for Liverpool was you let go of three strikers.
Yeah. That was
You
the
haven't
problem.
replaced them. That was the problem at Liverpool for me. That's where the problem started.
Yeah, look, Jota was
Replacing
already a blow. Jota was a massive loss
Jota
for
was a
them.
blow. Diaz then leaves,
Diaz,
and then you let go of Nunes.
Nunes as
No matter
well.
what you say about Darwin Nunes, no matter how much you criticize him, he would pop up with a goal or be the architect behind the creating of a goal.
But to be fair, they've been a bit unlucky with Isak's injury as well. Think about that aspect.
Yeah, but that's Isak replacing one of the three.
Yeah, I know
Where's the
what you
other
mean.
two? Because their strength always was if this three isn't firing, we bring on fresh legs.
My
But
my
we
take,
can keep the continuity.
I hear what you're saying. I think the bigger loss for them was actually Trent leaving.
Trent, yeah?
Trent
You can't
Alexander
replace a
leaving.
player like Trent Alexander. He's irreplaceable.
Trent, the balls that he used to give.
yeah, we were always criticizing him. Trend this, trend that. The guy's irreplaceable. You don't
Yeah,
get a right back of his quality, of
true.
his ability, and give him his due. The other night, I thought he was their best player.
Mm. He was Madrid's best player, yeah.
I thought he
Speaking of
was their
which,
best player in the night.
Madrid Bayern Munich, how do you see that one going?
Bayern.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
Bayern going all the way to the. I think Bayern going all the way to the final.
You think they'll beat PSG?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I would love to see that game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
People rave about Lamal. For me, there's not much difference between Lamal and Olise.
Yeah, I hear that.
There's not much difference between the two.
Police has been brilliant this year,
You
honestly.
you you'll get Barca fans that will say that means better, blah blah blah. Um, both play in Farmers Leagues, but if you come in the Champions League, they've both turned it on. So it's not the leagues that they play in; there's the quality of the two players. Um, and I think both are there's a lot of similarities between the two players. So for me, yeah, they can meet
Fine.
each other in the final, right?
No, they get each other in the semis.
Do they? Don't
Yeah,
you
so
get?
no, if we win, we get Barcelona or Atleti.
So then they can play in the final.
No. PSG get Bayern Munich. They
PSG get Bayern and you get Barca in the
Barca
semi.
or Barca or Atleti in the semi. Yes.
Yeah, so
Why did I
Bayern can play Barca in the final.
Barca? Yeah, I thought you meant
That's what I said.
PSG.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no, 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 no,
I
no,
thought you
no.
meant
Barca,
I thought you meant PSG. Yeah, they can get each other in the final.
yes.
Speaking of which, Arsenal Sporting, how do you see that one going? Stay has made a brilliant point here, which is what I alluded to us in April when our asses fall out. Do you think we'll get through
Um,
Sporting?
on paper, yes. What you've done lately on Cross, I don't know if this could go to extra time and
It
penalties.
can, bro. It can. Do you know what it is? You know what my thing is now? I've seen it before. Remember when we played Olympiacos in the Europa League? We won
Mm.
Olympiacos 1-0 away from home. We thought everything was comfortable. And then that went to extra time and then knocked us out. Bram,
Will you be okay? Can I ask you? Can I ask you? You being an Arsenal fan, would you be annoyed if you beat Sporting 3-0?
no. Why would I be annoyed?
So you're turning it on in Europe, but we needed that on Saturday.
Look, I'd be more happy with us winning 3-0 because, gee, we need any pick me upper right now, bro.
Yeah, but if you win 3-0 on Wednesday and you go down 1-0, 2-1, 3-1 on Sunday, I'd be annoyed that so you're picking and choosing when you want to turn it on, or is it because of the quality of opposition? In other words, you are not man enough to stand up when the challenge comes. Because that's what they'll be telling me.
Nah. Remember, like I said to you, we are more our style of play is more suited to Europe. I mean, we
Yeah, but
haven't
the
lost.
thing is,
We haven't
but the,
lost in Europe. We're the only unbeaten team in the Champions League.
yeah, but the thing is, Dev, you're gonna beat Sporting, Bournemouth, not much difference. Um, you lose at home. You bring City back into the title race. Then you go to City. Now you don't win. So in other words, what these players are saying, give us less opposition, we'll do the business. But put anybody on our level of quality or above, we're not going to step up. It's out. It's above us.
Look, like I said, it's up to us. We in this position because of ourselves. If we
Yeah,
throw
nobody
this,
else.
if we throw this
Nobody
title
else.
away, it's not because City won it. It's because we lost it. Because let's be honest, in my personal opinion, this title should have been wrapped up long time already. Should have been wrapped up against
Exactly.
Wolves. We threw that game away. Liverpool, where we got Liverpool on our home ground, we should have beaten them. When United beat City, we went to go draw against Forest. So look at time, big up time. bottles across the screen. Ah,
Why
it's
we
set up.
pouring our souls here, brother? You don't
Yeah, but again, like I
understand.
said, Gav, it's on us. Honestly, we only have ourselves to blame, bro. Like, I mean, what better incentive could you have needed for Saturday? The sun is out, early kickoff, you can go 12 points clear, you put in a performance like that.
You brought your lunch, you brought
Brought your,
everything.
oh, don't even get me started. Have your early breakfast, bring your lunch, bring your dinner, and you go perform like that. Get out of here, man. But you know what? I don't want to see any more of the commercial nonsense. Sometimes a Teta just needs to just hush it, man. Just hush it. And you know what irritates me the most about him is he's always saying the crowd, you demand more from the crowd. Last season was bring your boots, bring your shin pads. No, mate, how about you give us something to shout? Give us something to shout for because you're supposed to entertain us. Remember, as a football fan, we want to be entertained. Bring your lunch, bring your dinner, all for what?
The
So,
the the in is Incapi back.
yeah, Inkapi was on the bench. Inkapi was on the
Okay, so
bench.
so your defense will go back to normal, barring Timber. It's out full still.
Mm. Yeah, he's run Timber into the ground, personally.
That
Guy,
goal,
we
Ben White
players,
conceded in
players will I
the.
take of Tottenham? None. There's not one player I'd take in my team, though. There's not one of
Yeah,
them.
but I honestly think in time, hopefully deserving in time to come turns us around. I do personally feel we've got a very good squad of players. I just think that there's a toxicity around our club at the moment,
Mm.
which has brought the level of the players down. Because I don't think that they are bad at all. Right now, you wouldn't take anybody, but right now, I think in your team also it's only Gabriel that some of the top teams in the world will fight over. There's nobody else
Saliba?
really in your team.
Saliba?
I still
Declan?
say Gabriel. Gabriel is yeah. Declan and Gabriel, those two. Declan has really done the business. I told you from the get go with that guy. You could see give him his due. I
He's
don't like him. I don't like him as a personally, but he's the real deal.
That's the reason why we are because of our defense and Gabriel Saliba, Raya, Rice, Stave. That's the reason why.
Gabriel is.
Ty says
It's
thoughts
it's
on
you know do you
AFTV
know
saying
do you
that.
know what do you know it's a shame people if these two were to let's hypothetically say they leave Arsenal tomorrow, both of them, Saliba and Gabriel, right?
Ooh, we fucked.
It will be the same as with the Kane situation. People won't give them their flowers because they've got nothing to show for it, which I think is
Mm,
totally unfair.
yeah. I feel it for them if we don't.
Unfair.
I feel it for that two centre backs if we don't win the title.
It would be unfair. I think only because Kane's English, they still tend to give him that. Oh, he's one of the best in the world. If he wasn't English, he wouldn't get the flowers of pundits and experts or whatever because he's English. Those two for me, I don't think there's been a better centre back pairing since Kyle and
Varichard,
Terry. Yeah, I mean,
Varichard,
Bridget finished before Terry and Kyle
hmm,
finished. So I'm talking about when Terry and Kyle, when that partnership split,
yeah.
composed the two of them. I don't
Hmm,
think there's been a better centre back pairing since them that stood out. City went on to win the league 4 or 5 times, but also that pairing changed every
hmm,
second year. It changed. There was no
yeah.
longevity where you could
There's
say
always one next to
over a test
company.
of time, this two carried because you had Otamendi was there, you
Hmm,
had company, then you had Diaz.
hmm.
So it was
Stones,
never like Stones,
yeah.
like a three,
Hmm,
4 year period where you could say, for me, these two have been the best partnership since Kyle and Terry. You have to
yeah.
give them the credit. They are phenomenal two centre backs.
Yeah, I feel it for them if we don't win anything. I just want to get through the chat quickly before we close off.
Yeah.
Arteta should be sacked if Arsenal get knocked out of the Champions League. Brother, let me tell you this. If Arteta loses on Sunday when we play City, I would sack him and bring in Zidane just until the end of the season. That's my personal opinion. David, does Zubimendi deserve the hate he is currently getting? No, I don't think it's deserved because he's been run into the ground, my brother, personally for me. And that's all down to the manager. Zubamendi, like, did you see there was a point where the players were consoling Zubi for the second goal because of the mistake he made? Man,
But
didn't
Davey, that mistake, I hear you say he's been running to the ground. Right? He's gotten away with that mistake a few times this season.
quite a
Gotten
few
away with
times.
it.
Yeah,
So back then he wasn't running to the ground. He's making the same mistake repetitively.
yeah. I look again for me. What I would do, I personally wouldn't play Zubi in the six. I'd play Declan Rice in the six and play Zubi further forward. Mad take, wild take, call me crazy. I would do that. But yeah, let's come to a close. Man of the week.
Turkey, Man City.
Must be, must be. I agree. Must
I'm
be.
I'm I'm gonna pat myself on the back. When I told you episode 1 this season, Pep signed ballers
Mm,
that's taking his football. And I said, Turkey and Reyners,
mm.
those are the two players that is the missing link that he missed last year.
And
That
then he
Ryan
still,
Turkey
and then he
is
bolstered it with some menu as well.
player
Yeah,
of
they
the
look.
season. Player of the season this year. Um, you know, just for coming in when it mattered. I think for me it would be I wouldn't be surprised if I gave it to him.
Yeah, let's. I think the player of the season obviously will come from the league winners. If it's Arsenal, I think they'll give it to Declan.
I'll give it to Declan.
I think they'll give it to
I
Declan. For
personally,
me,
Gabriel,
yeah, okay, fine. For me, our player of the
Gabriel.
season is David. Our player of the season is David Raya for me, personally.
He would also not be a bad shout for PFA Player of the Year
For me as
between
well.
those
As a-
three.
to answer Steve's question, yes, I would. I would even play Max Dowman on the wing and play Izzy, my brother. Max Dowman should be starting in this team. I don't care what anyone's going to tell me about he's 16. If you're good enough, you're old enough, in my
To tell
personal
me
opinion.
that when I told you that there's a star boy, a real
No,
superstar at Arsenal.
he is the only one, like, he's our best attacker at this moment in time. So I'll agree with you, Cherky. Flop of the week?
The Tottenham board.
I was going to say Arsenal, bruv.
Ah man, it's going to be a flop.
It's a flop, bro. That Saturday
You
was.
look like you said. You lose to them and you win all your games, and they win all the game and goes down to goal difference, and you're ahead on goal difference at the moment.
Yeah, but they scoring. They scored a free. They're in free scoring form, bro. That's the thing.
Listen, it's there's still a lot of football to be played here.
Yeah, there's still a lot of twists and turns. We'll drop points. I'm sure they will drop points as well. It's just who's gonna
Yeah,
capitalize.
it
But yeah,
is. It is.
we've come to the close.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts from your side, my brother? Love for awesome show. Big
Good
up
good
everyone
luck
inside
to good luck
comments.
to the good luck to the teams in the Champions League. They've delivered some good football.
You still there?